Okay, so we are recording now. First, I want to just welcome all of our new designers. I'm so excited for all of you to start this journey with us. I have sent out welcome emails to all of my new designers. So if you're not on my first line and you would like to receive an email, just what I send to those that join me, just send me a message and with your email, and I'll gladly send that out to you also. Um, so I'm going to just go over a few things, and then I want to open it up for Q&A so that you guys can tell me like what your questions are, or if you're overwhelmed, and let me try to help steer you and where to start. So the first thing that I want to make sure that everybody did is when you get your Pay Quicker link, that's actually how you'll get paid, and it's a Visa card. You can use it just like a debit card. Don't use it at the gas pump. Take it in and pre-authorize. But just make sure that you use that you enroll for the Pay Quicker when you get that link, because you want to get that card as soon as possible. And I know that this is a lot of information to start with, so I just want to remind you guys, like, this is your business, so you can pace yourselves however you need to. Don't let yourselves get overwhelmed to where you get so overwhelmed that you just throw your hands up and you don't do anything. If you feel like you don't know where to start, or it's just too much all at once, just send me a message and I will help you figure out what you need to do first. So on the email that I send out, I always give everybody the Ready, Set, Soar link. We have a new one of those groups every month, and those are corporate sponsored. So when you're new, I recommend that you join that, and you can actually go back and find like day 1, day 2, and it will walk you through all the steps that you need for things like setting up your Facebook page, giving you an image that says, I'm a new Origami Owl designer, and then the SOAR and 7, those calls, they go over those in that group also, and that will help you with specific things to do on day 1, day 2, and so forth. PV. First of all, I know a lot of you are probably like, what is PV? Is anybody here, just raise your hands if you're brand new to direct sales and have no idea what personal volume is. Anybody? Stacy? Okay. All right. That's all right. I had no idea either. So PV is your personal volume. That is basically, it's a points value that is set to every piece of jewelry. So for example, when you first start, you have the baseline commission of 20 to 40%. So if you have a notebook, you may want to write this down. On your baseline commission, you get 40% discount or commission, however you want to look at it, on charms, plates, and dangles. And then you get 20% on everything else. Okay? So when you go to that next tier, it goes up to 50 and 30%. So that's 50% on charms, plates, and dangles, and 30% on everything else. Okay? So the PV is actually based on the wholesale amount when you're at that second tier. I know that's really confusing, and I wish there was an easier way to explain it, but basically you can figure that your PV is very close to the wholesale amount that you're paying. Right now, it's going to be 10%. Oh gosh, it's so confusing. So it will be the PV will be 10% less than what you're paying. Okay. I know that's hard to wrap around. I mean, it's still hard for me. We used to only have one tier, so it was easy. But now basically it's the wholesale amount if you were at that story builder level, which is the 50 and 30%. I can try to explain that a little better one-on-one later if anybody's totally lost on it, but I don't want to spend too much time on it because it doesn't matter too much. But when you do reach 100 PV, so I want you guys to set some goals, and I want you to do like little chunks at a time. I don't want anybody to be like, okay, I'm going to have 1,000 PV this month, because you're going to be frustrated if you don't. So start small. I recommend that you start your goal at 100 PV, because what that will do is it will give you, you'll be part of the Charm of the Month Club. So Charm of the Month means that you had 100 PV, And when you reach that level, you're going to get 2 exclusive charms for free that they create just for us each month. I pulled one out to show you guys. This was last month. I haven't got the one, or this was June, I think. May not be able to see it great. But anyway, it's really cute. It just comes in this little card, and they have exclusive charms that no one else can get. You can't buy them. You only get them if you reach 100 PV. So I wish you guys could see. It doesn't look like my lighting is great. This one right here says fly, and it's really pretty, and then this is a bird. So those have never been made for anyone else other than Charm of the Month earners for June. So that's a goal that I think you should all set. You have to go. You can go down there, Daddy, but you can't be up here. So I would set your goal for 100 PV to start. And then if you reach 100 this month, wait, first, let me back up. In case you guys haven't seen, if you reach 100 PV as a new designer this month also, you will earn the triangle locket, the silver one with the hematite beaded chain, and a triangle locket that is not for sale and we've never had. You get that for free. So not only do you get the 2 charms of the month, but you get that full set for free if you reach 100 PV. So that should be your #1 goal for this month. If you want to really, step it up and keep going, then I want you to go for 250, because that means you will be part of the Story Builder Club, which means in September, you're going to get that additional 10% commission and discount. Okay? So it gives you more money. Plus, it gives you a Hostess exclusive for a discount next month also. So those are the 2 goals I would start with. If anybody reaches both of those right away and you want me to help you set the next goal, I'm going to go over that with you later. But for now, I don't want to bombard you guys with this program, this one, and all of that, because it's just too much to remember. Another program that you do want to know about, though, is the Ready, Set, Soar program, and we have a tracker for it. I should have had that out to show you guys. But that's where you can earn Bella Bucks. So when you reach certain levels in your this is considered your enrollment month, and then you'll have 3 full months after that to earn Bella Bucks. They are unlimited, so I think for every 250 PV that you earn, you get $50 free. Well, it's $50 in Bella Bucks. So you can use Bella Bucks to buy more jewelry or buy business supplies. So I definitely would like for you guys to use the tracker. Nick has a question. Okay.
Should they buy? Would you think they should buy a combination of jewelry, inventory, and business supplies, or one or the other in the beginning?
It's just going to depend on the designer. If they already have some jewelry, because for example, Shelby, she just joined, but she had a party last year and earned bukus of jewelry. So she has a lot of jewelry on hand that she could show people. So for her, it might be smarter to do business supplies since she's already got some things that she can show. It really just depends on the designer. If they have nothing, then absolutely jewelry, because we do have the digital catalog that they can send out for the time being. So if anybody has questions about what you should order, just reach out and let me know, and I can help you figure out which way to go. Okay. So let's stop right there and see does anybody have questions on anything that I just went over? Nobody? And Sierra, I know this is all a review for you, so don't feel like you have to be on here if you don't want to. And Brittany too.
No. Sierra stays. Stay right there, Sierra.
Okay, so we're going to keep moving. And I know I'm going fast, but I just want to try to get you guys as much as I can, because we don't have a whole lot of time on this before we time out. So just to recap, 100 PV is what I think you should start with. Reach for that and then go for 250. So a lot of you might be like, okay, well, how do I get 100 PV? So has everybody redeemed your credit that you got when you enrolled? Everybody ordered your jewelry? Okay, Shelby said no. Shelby, you can go in and if you look on that new designer event that I created, There's actually a video that shows you the steps on how to redeem your credit. Super easy. You just go in and add the jewelry, and then at checkout, basically, it'll ask you if you want to apply the credit. So it's easy. All right, so we have this program in Origami Owl that we call Book, Sell, Share, and Expand. And we believe that if you do that, if you do those 4 things every single day, you're going to be successful. So I just want to quickly share with you. Oh, by the way, do you guys like the round earrings? I know we all were hesitant. We weren't sure if we were going to like them or not. What do you guys think? You like them? Nick says yes. Sierra's got the triangles on, which are my favorite. I love the triangles, but I didn't know how the round ones were going to be. Anyway, I like them. I like the triangle better, but anyway, back to business. Okay, so book, sell, share, expand. We actually have trackers for this too if you want to keep track of it. But I'm just going to kind of share each category with you. So book, that can mean the obvious. It could mean book a party, book a catalog party, book a Facebook party, find an event and book it. Or you can do other things like expand your network by booking. So say I meet somebody and they love my jewelry. I can say something like, hey, do you want to meet for coffee on Tuesday so I can show you some of our new jewelry? Or so I can bring you a catalog, something like that. Even if you just book a private appointment, that can count on your book. So every day you want to find something to book with somebody, whether it's a meeting in person or a call with your mentor, even a call with an old friend that you haven't seen. It doesn't have to be all about booking like a party. It can be just planning a dinner with a friend you haven't seen, or coffee or whatever. And basically the reason that we're going to do that is because say you decide to have a coffee with a friend that you haven't seen in a few months. So when you sit down with her, you're not going to immediately go into Origami Owl. You're going to just talk to her, just chat. And then eventually the conversation is going to come up to, so what are you doing these days? And that's going to be your open to talk about Origami Owl. Because you never know who, I mean, maybe you're friends on Facebook, but because of algorithms, they haven't seen you lately. They don't even know what you're doing. So it's a good way to say, you know, I actually just started my own business and I'm really excited about it. You don't have to go and be like all salesy and have a bunch of sales presentation or anything like that. You just have a conversation and tell them how excited you are about your new business. And then the sell part of it, you don't expect to sell something literally every day. I mean, if you do, that's awesome. But you at least want to put out the effort, you know. So what I do is I go through our new charms and I'll find something like, okay, for example, the new Pray charm. Well, I have a customer that's a Christian and she loves our faith jewelry. So as soon as I saw that Pray charm, I was like, oh my gosh, Patty, did you see the new Pray charm? And of course she's like, yes, I want one. So that's kind of my strategy. Like I always find something in our new stuff, in our new collections that I can use to open the door to tell them about something new. Because a lot of times, say they love that Pray charm, she's going to add something else with it. She's not going to just be like, okay, I just want that one charm. So that gives me an open door to show her some of the new fall collection. Okay. I'm trying not to talk super fast because that's when I lose my voice. And because Nick fusses at me for talking fast. All right, Nick. Okay, so on to share. So share is going to be basically like sharing the business with other people. So I'm going to use Heather as an example. So we were at Cracker Barrel last week on my way to Tampa, and Heather was my waitress. And I was like, hey, I have a question. Have you heard of Origami Owl? Because I was in a town that I wasn't familiar with. So I genuinely wanted to know, like, was it in this area yet? And she was like, no. So I showed her the jewelry. She loved it. And here she is today because I shared. So it doesn't matter where you are. And I promise I'm not telling you guys to send out messages and be like, have you heard of Origami Al? Do you want to join my team? Please don't do that. You have to share with people in a way that you know they're interested. And you can plant little seeds. You know, you can say something like, oh my gosh, I started this new business and we're all working toward a trip to Punta Cana. Have you ever thought about giving this a shot so you can go with me? Okay, Nick has a question. Why is Nick my problem child? It's usually Sierra.
No, your problem. I just want to add to. I think you're doing great. By the way, you're amazing. What I want to say is like what you were talking about when you met Heather, and not being salesy or hey, join my team. You know, it's being real. Like, you know, being who you are. And I always go back to this because I remember, I think about what if someone never talked to you about it? I mean, how crazy would that be? Where would we be right now? And it's all about just saying it, sharing it. Hey, I'm not like trying to get you to join my team so I can make a bunch of money and you make a bunch of money. I'm not trying to build this big pyramid crazy thing. It's like real. Origami Al is legit. So I just want to say that. So just be real. Talk about it.
That's exactly right.
You know, in like a meaningful way. Like I really want to share. I mean, I used to wait tables, so I'm not waiting tables anymore because I sell Origami Al.
Yeah.
All right. I'm muting myself.
I was just working part-time and I was miserable and it was not fun. And I just wanted something where I could actually make some money. And I mean, like you said, it legit changed our lives. So I have to offer that to other people. But there's other ways to share. Like, for example, if you have a party, you can plant those little seeds about joining. You know, you can share your story, or if you don't have a story yet, if you just started, you can always use my story. If anybody needs it and you want to know, let me know. And a lot of times the trips are a good little seed because who doesn't want to travel for free? So I say that a lot. Like I'll be in a conversation and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to go to Maui for free. And people are like, what? So that opens the door. But definitely at your parties, you want to plant seeds. You guys can ask Shelby. I don't know how many times I planted that seed with Shelby and she said she was too busy. And then we became friends and I know a little more about her situation. So I was able to say, I know things have changed a little bit. Have you considered this, And again, here she is, because people's circumstances change. Just because they say no once doesn't mean no forever. Please don't ask me, because when things change, they might start to reconsider. I'm sure I probably asked all of you more than once to join, and I like to think that I wasn't ever pushy about it, but I was planting that seed. Sierra says I was pushy. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Sierra.
I had asked the same person to join probably 6 times, and it was no. And then for the $19, she was like, "Hey, it sounds like a good idea now." So I had almost pretty much given up on asking her to be a designer. She was just gonna be a lifelong customer, but she changed her mind. So I wasn't pushy. She came to me about it actually for the $19 one. So I was like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing is, if we build relationships with people and they get to know us, then it doesn't come across as pushy, I don't think. I think it just comes across as, I care. I just want to give you this opportunity again.
Right.
I mean, if I was pushy to anybody, let me know so I can tweak that thought a little bit. All right, Nick, go ahead.
I was saying you're pushy to me.
Well, yeah.
So.
Okay, so that's about sharing. It's basically just planting that seed and, showing them why Origami Al is such an awesome company, because it truly is. I mean, after all these years that I've been doing it, the more I'm in it, the more I see all that they do, and it's so much more than jewelry. And I feel like there's no other company that can even come close to the incentives we get, the commission structure that we have, the way they care about us, and just all of the things. So with this $19 enrollment, I know a lot of you are new, but I would like to encourage you to go ahead and step out of your comfort zone and invite some people to join you, because deals like this don't come around often. This $19, like, it's basically, it's risk-free because they pay $19, but then they get $100 credit in jewelry. So it's risk-free, and if they choose to take it and run with it, it could change their life. If they don't, they don't. We love our discount divas just as much. And I want you guys to know, like, when I'm putting all this stuff out on the team page, don't ever feel like you're overwhelmed, you can't get it all done. Just do what you can. And if you're here for the discount, that's cool too. Just, let it go. But if you're ready to make some serious cash and you want to take it to the next level, then follow along and participate in the team page, because it will make a difference. Especially if you're following with the trainings and you're doing the challenges and stuff like that. And then, okay, I keep getting off track, but the $19 special, talk to people about it. We only have 2 more days really left. So you want to go ahead and do it. Don't feel like you don't know enough yet, because you have me and your other leaders. If you need help, we're going to be here to help you. And the Nest puts out so much training in the back office and the Ready, Set, Soar group. You really don't have to be an expert just to invite people to join your team. But, seriously, you have plenty of us here to support you if you do. Go ahead, Nick. Oh, you're muted. Okay, hold on.
So the $19 special ends in 2 days. Does it end like a certain time, Eastern time, Central time, anything like that?
Midnight Central Time on the 15th.
Midnight Central Time on the 15th. Okay. Mm-hmm. Plenty of time to squeeze it in.
I got to give Nick a shout out too. He's been sponsoring people, his little self. It's so cute. Sierra, did you want to say something else? No? Okay.
Just that there was 3 days left, but you covered it right as I raised my hand. So.
Oh, okay. So the last thing on that book, sell, share, and expand is expand. And that's going to be basically like, we all have this circle of friends right here when we start. And it's going to be friends and family. Our friends and family will get us started. But what you need to do, what you have to do is make sure that you're using those friends and family, like that you're meeting their circle of friends. Because your own circle is only going to take you so far. So, for example, here's something that you can do. Say you sell a locket to your sister, or you even give her one because, she loves it and she'll talk about it for you. So when your sister gets that locket, you want to make sure that you ask her to post on Facebook and tag you and explain her story, because what that could do is a lot of her friends could see it and be like, whoa, that's so cool. Where did you get it? And then she's going to be able to direct them to you. So that's one way to expand your network. Another way is to, if you're involved in any groups on Facebook, get to know people, make friends, and be social. A lot of people are scared to add people on Facebook that you don't know. I get that. If that's you and you don't want to make new friends on Facebook, put your focus on Instagram. Do a business Instagram, because then you can use hashtags and you can reach people that you otherwise would never know. I pretty much, I'm not very closed off when it comes to Facebook, because I know that there's more people using Facebook, like millions more, than any other social network. So I'm willing to add people that I meet, say at events or parties or whatever, because I want to use them to expand my network as much as I can. So I'm going to go into a lot more in depth on social media later. But I think that the best thing I can tell you guys for right now is don't spam people with your website. So don't say, here's my site, go shop, because nobody's going to shop, because everybody's tired of being sold to on Facebook. So what you can do is, when you get your locket that you got for the $100 credit, you can go on there and say, I love my new locket. Okay, no, not good. You can say, I just want to share with everybody what I put in my new locket. And you can go through the charms and say what they mean to you. And at the end, you can say something about, I've decided to start my own business. I'm so excited. But basically, you want to make people feel good. You want to tell stories on Facebook with your jewelry. Because if you just say, go shop my site, they're not going to do it. I mean, maybe like your immediate close friends and family will, but when you're working on expanding your network, you've got to do things that will connect with other people so that they start to know you, they start to trust you, and if you're a little bit vulnerable, that makes it happen even faster. You guys see me a lot of times, those of you that are friends with me on Facebook, I share my journey. I share where I was in my 20s because it was real. And because my journey, there are so many people that can relate to that. For those of you that don't know, I'll just go ahead and share it so you know what I'm talking about. When I was in my 20s, I struggled with a serious drug addiction, and I was able to come out of that. So now I use that to share stories on Facebook, and it helps people to know me. They see me being real. They know that they can come to me if their family has issues, you know, and it just connects me with so many people. And that's a whole nother thing that we're going to go in depth with later too, is how I'm going to use that with this jewelry. Okay, we're down to 10 minutes. I just got the warning, so I need to be quiet. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, by the way, the Toms, the catalogs, let's see. Amber, have you got your takeout menus yet from your kit? Hold on.
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Okay, good. How long did it take for them to get here?
They came in Saturday, and I joined on the 1st, so right at a week.
Okay, so for those of you that are still waiting, they will come. I meant to look that up and see how long, but I forgot. So thanks, Amber. Glad you got yours.
Yes, ma'am. My other 2 girls have gotten theirs also.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to open it up for questions and answers for right now. I know y'all have some other than Nick. Oh, I'm going to unmute everybody. If you want to mute yourself back, if there's background noise, you're welcome to.
I just have to say, I find it very funny that Brittany drives a Mazda and we're on Zoom and she's zooming in her Mazda.
Oh, Sierra. Brittany, please be careful zooming.
I've got you down in the...
Okay. Oh, we didn't even talk about Punta Cana. Just show of hands, who's going? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, y'all. Like, seriously, that's the other thing for August. You get double points in August. So if there's any way, like if you want Punta Cana, I'm just going to tell you right now, get your launch party going, start talking to people about joining, and be aggressive with this if you want Punta Cana, because we only have 18 days left, maybe 19. I don't know how many are in August. We only have a few weeks left to really take advantage of these double points. So if you want Punta Cana, you need to let me know so I can get you on the fast track, okay? So comment or message me or whatever, because we got to get it rolling. All right, now, Q&A. Who's got questions? Don't be shy.
When is the Locket interactive thing going to go live?
Not until closer to Christmas.
Okay. I've been so out of the loop. I'm sorry. Thank you.
That's okay. Oh, okay. By the way, if anybody wants to catch up on all the latest news and the things that were announced at convention, go to origamiowlnews.com and you can go through all of those articles and catch up on everything. What she's talking about is a virtual locket builder that we're going to have on our sites and on our apps closer to Christmas, and it's going to be a game changer. So,
Oh, for real?
Yeah, check those out. Also, before, I think Yvonne had a question, but if we get cut off, you guys know why, and we can continue our Q&A over on the Facebook group on the Zoom thread. So, okay, Yvonne?
Yeah, is it the $19 thing? Does it end at 11:59 like Tuesday night or 11:59 Wednesday night? I know you said midnight, but like, are we talking midnight Tuesday into Wednesday or Wednesday into Thursday?
Wednesday into Thursday.
Okay, thank you.
Oh no, I lost you. Okay. I'm just gonna sit here in silence until y'all start asking questions.
So recap I'm like brand new. Recap like very basic steps. So I get my initial kit, pick out my jewelry. schedule a launch party, right? Yeah. I'm doing the Ready, Set, Soar, but I mean, schedule my launch party, reach out to family and friends, start reading the Origami Owl News, stay active on the team page, right?
Yes.
Like, what's like the very first thing I should do?
Read the email that I sent and follow those
read the email. I got my kit. What do I do?
Play with the jewelry.
What do I do?
Yeah, play with the jewelry. That's
play with the jewelry. Don't get high off your own supply. Do not get high off your own supply. That if you do that, your house will end up like my house. The dining room, the living room, the hot water heater room is full of jewelry. It's everywhere.
I'm serious. Like all these earrings, I can't even take it. Like I need more ears. Look at those chocolate ones.
You need more ears?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I just can't handle all the earrings. Like I want to wear them all.
This is what happens when you get a big team. Like she focuses on her team and then she buys everything for herself and she stops selling.
Earned it. Deserves it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yes, maybe. No, she does. Absolutely. Because when I was in Maui, I was like, oh, yeah, you do whatever you want.
All right. So another thing about launch parties, if you are local to me and you have a launch party, if you coordinate a date with me, I will come to your party. I do have a really tight schedule, but if you get with me, I'll come to your party as long as I'm available that day. If you're not local and you want to do an online part of your launch, because we do recommend that you do in-home and then you have an online part going with it. I will be happy to be on the online part and help you. And I don't want anybody to go into it on their own. Like I have games and ideas and a whole like outline for your launch party. So make sure you're chatting with your mentor if you want to do those so that we can make sure that you aren't going in there blindly and that you kind of have an idea of what to do.
Me and Brittany can't do Zooms together anymore.
Yeah,
she stares at me and giggles the whole time.
We're gonna mute Brittany. Brittany, you're muted.
Thank you.
I don't really have the power to do that. I'm not an admin.
Oh.
Sorry.
All right. Anybody have? Oh, Shelby's not muted. Did you want to be muted, Shelby? Oh, okay. Okay. So, does anybody have questions? We have 3 minutes left.
I do. How do you keep your new girls interested and not let them get discouraged?
That is a good question. So I would say with yours right now, you could start like a group chat and you could just, you guys could all be in there together so you can encourage each other. And, maybe, I think the biggest thing is to know your new designers, like know their why. Like, are they just doing it for the discount? Because if so, you don't want to be messaging them every day. But if they're like all in and they want to earn this trip, then they might need you to be like, all right, girls, what are we doing today to work our business? Because we have to touch our business every single day in some way if we want to, see it grow.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And so like even just wearing the jewelry, having business cards, having Toms, having that with you. Even like for me as a contractor, that I get that all the time. I'm in Lowe's or they see my truck or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, do you have a card?" Yeah, sure do. Boom.
Wear your jewelry. Wear it. That is your best advertisement.
And also, let me show you this. When you do get your takeout menus, I mean, I know I say this every single time we have a training, but it's no joke. Ask Heather about it. You have to do it. So you've got your Toms, right? And you've got a Post-it note on it. And when you give that out, you say to them, hey, just jot down your phone number and your name really quick so I can reach out to you later. Because if you don't get their contact information, then you just have to sit at home and pray they reach out to you. Last week when we were coming home from Phoenix, I dropped the ball. I didn't get the lady's contact information. I never heard from her again. You know, so I mean, if I would have had this, I could have followed up with her, and I didn't. So have a post-it on this. If you need to, you can even say something like, I enter everybody into a drawing. We're about to go off. I enter everybody that gives me their number into a drawing. So if you're the winner, I will reach out to you. And then everybody's a winner. If they give you
Everybody's a winner.
information, reach out and they're the winner of maybe a free charm or something like that. Because that's how you're going to expand your network. All right, y'all, we're going to get cut off. But if anybody has questions, please comment on the Zoom link, and I'm happy to answer them. I'm going to get us a training schedule set soon, and I will share it on the team page. So everybody make sure you're checking in on that team page as much as you can.
Why does my heart look funky?
You guys are awesome. Hearts to y'all. Have a good night, and we will see you soon, okay? Good luck, everybody.
Thanks.
Good night.